Okay, well, that was a good test. Even though it says it starts the ads at 5 minutes in, there's a delay. So, but having it end a minute before actually going live, that might work. It caught me a little off guard, so I'm like, oh my god, please don't overrun. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Monday morning. That's a little loose, but that's good. So we have a lot of questions today that I've been gathering over the last few days. Some I thought I answered, but the people that asked them may have missed them. So we'll cover those. We have a poll to finish, so we will see about that. Right now, on the poll, Yearlings is winning with 55% of the vote. Second place is Vikings of Odin. Third place is a tie for JUVs and Gnomes. And then the Joyriders are in last place, unfortunately. But we will finish that up today. It says it has 7 hours left, but I think I'm going to finish it. I'm going to turn it off at 2 hours in. So you have 2 hours to get any last votes in, and then we'll talk about it at the end, the last half hour of the show, and call the winner. So there you go. Thank you all for voting on that. That's awesome. How do we vote in the poll? It's in the Discord. Here, let me see if I can. Can I link directly? Copy link. Okay. Here is the vote. I'll put it in here. I think this is correct. I copied the link. That's what it said. Hopefully that will take you there. Let's find out. Does it? It goes open in app. It looks like it goes to the right place. So let me know if it doesn't. But that is where it says it is. So let's see what's up here. Yes, the poll will end today. No, I do not expect you all to dress alike and walk alike and talk alike and all that. No, we're not gonna get that crazy. You be you, I'll be me. We'll all hang out together. It's pretty much that's the general consensus from my side. So, all right, let's get on to business today. Shirt. Today's shirt is, you know, that little thing inside your head that keeps you from saying things you shouldn't? Yeah, I don't have one of those. So that's today's shirt. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoy it. And just so you know, I have enough of these kind of shirts to get well into next year streaming 5 days a week, which is Monday through Friday at noon, which is one of the questions is when do I stream? I stream Monday through Friday, Eastern time, 12 noon, Western time, 9 a.m., UK time, 5 p.m. So that is today's shirt. Today's movie is Screamers. A military commander stationed off planet during the interplanetary war travels through the devastated landscape to negotiate a peace treaty, but discovers that the primitive robots they built to kill enemy combatants has gained sentience. If you haven't seen this, it's a pretty good movie. It's Peter Weller, the old RoboCop as a commander, and it's a pretty good movie. I liked it. So this is today's movie. It will be put up in the movie of the day. The last one we put up, which was Friday. Did we put it up? Yeah, we put it up Friday. That was The Thing. This time it's Screamers, kind of along the same lines, but we'll see. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. My headphones didn't pick me up before. Now they're picking me up, so I'm hearing myself in delay. Oh, I know why. I know what I did. Yeah. Because YouTube is now working. Why? I don't know. The audio was on, so it was there's a 5-second delay, but YouTube is working. Nothing has changed in my equipment. Everything is exactly the way it was. YouTube just decides to or don't work. So today is working. So welcome, YouTube listeners, to today's show. Let's see. What do we have here? We have nothing in this section. So this section, I was planning on doing a presentation today of for the Who We Are's, which is what the poll is for. But I don't have the final one, and I didn't get the presentation finished. So what we're going to do is 2 hours in, we're going to call the votes and say what the name is. And then hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to do the presentation with the name of who we are and stuff like that. Because I took an old, as some of you know, I don't like PowerPoints in any way, shape, or form, but I do have an old one from about 4 years ago that I'd like to use to kind of give you guys a feel for who I am, what I'm thinking, how I look at game development and stuff like that. So I'm reworking it, and but I need to know what you guys want to be called first. So I need the votes. I need to know what the final vote is to have that, and I didn't have it over the weekend, but I think we're going to end up where we're at now, but we'll see, because you guys are still voting. Some more votes came in. Let's see. Oh, so what we're going to do here is I didn't have anything, like I said, in this section. So what we're going to do is we're going to answer some questions. So I went through, I had a couple minutes over the weekend, so I went through looking for questions that I may have missed or that people felt weren't answered. Now, I will say, like I've said 1,000 times, I will mess up the names. I'm going to do my best to say your tag names correctly. If I do it wrong, please understand that it's not out of malice. It's just that I wasn't taught to read till very late in life, and so I have some issues with sounding out words. Frantic Shanti, how much of being an artist is innate skill and how much is practice? I think it's equal. I mean, the bottom line is you can take someone who can basically draw in the dirt with a stick and turn them into a good artist just with practice and technique and stuff like that. So there are those that even with sports will naturally come to something, and that's fantastic too. But it doesn't mean that you can't. Always try. Always practice. The more you practice anything, the better you're going to get at it. So I would say that they're both valid, and you shouldn't be upset when someone who you feel shouldn't be able to have that talent has that talent. It's okay, because you can gain that talent just by practicing. You know, I need to find. Okay, I'm making sure that I mark off the ones that I've done. Okay, Luke and Leo, could we get a Twitch emoji of Bob Ross happy little clouds? I'll see what I can draw up on that. Maybe I'll do some artwork for that. And but I think but with Bob Ross, I thought it was happy little trees. I didn't know it was happy little clouds. So I'm a little confused on that one, but I'll look into it. Bump. Belgo. As I usually cook when you start streaming, do you have a favorite dish to cook? You know, the thing that I did when the boys were little, Thor and his brother, I say I invented, but it was probably every dad who has ever had kids. I invented what I call 3-ingredient meals. You know, so like teriyaki chicken, you know, is chicken, soy sauce, brown sugar, and garlic. And then threw that all together and threw it on rice, you know. Things like that. Things that are simple and quick, I'm all for. But now I'm also learning how to work with marinades and stuff like that. So I have a compressor, and not a compressor. I have a thing for, here, let me put me back on. I have a barrel thing that you can put the meat in and the marinades in, and vacuum seal it, and then it spins. So that's pretty good. And I've used the sous vide for years because I like to shrink wrap main proteins and put them in the freezer so that I just have them. So you just take them out and throw them in the sous vide, and then take them out and grill them on each side, and then you're all good for dinner with some steamed vegetables or some potatoes or something. So things that are quick. The boys, though, there were a lot of those kind of things, a lot of just like really quick things that they really liked, and trying to figure out things that they didn't like and get them to eat them. So one of them, what I would do is I would steam broccoli, then I would put it in a pan, put cheese all over it, and then throw it in the oven for a couple minutes and take it out, and they would just gobble it up. But if I gave them broccoli by itself, they wouldn't eat it. They just go, I ain't eating that. But they seem to like Brussels sprouts, which I always thought was odd because most kids don't like Brussels sprouts. But Thor and his brother really like Brussels sprouts. We want Brussels sprouts. Fine. But yeah, I'll cook just about anything. I had mentioned on the chat that I also make my own kefir and yogurts. So because I get the different strains of bacteria to grow the right yogurts and stuff for the things that I need to make me healthy. So I think I've done pretty good for a 63-year-old, so I'm pretty good. And yes, I'm aware that Thor was at the UCLA game, and he didn't know how old I was. It was funny, made me laugh. Yeah. No, Thor, someone's asking, did Thor ever make his favorite cheese bread? Thor did not cook until he left the house, until he got grown up. So I have not, when I was at his house last year, because I came out from Cambridge, and I had to go to several places in the U.S. Before I went back to Cambridge. I went to his house, and he made me some fried mushrooms from his mushroom farm he had in the garage. Those were really good. So he made those. We had those and stuff like that. And then we went to the Brazilian steakhouse because that's what you do. And I thought this next question, I thought I answered it. So Troy Tech, I apologize if I didn't. I'm pretty sure I did though. Have you ever seen Initial D, the anime? No, I have not. I did look it up in regards to getting the DVD so I can watch it, but I haven't been able to find a full set of them on DVD on Amazon or anything yet, because right now you have to buy them separately. Seasons 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4, I believe, as separate things. So I was looking for a complete set, and then I will watch them. I'm sorry I missed. I'm pretty sure I answered this, but I'm sorry you missed my answer. But I did answer, so cool. Good day. You previously hoped you all have a nice day, but now better informed and well. Hopefully you haven't had it. Okay. Yeah, there's keeping your mind wrapped around the time zones sometimes and where people are, because we even have people on here from New Zealand. So the time zones are a tricky one. I try to mention where we are as much as possible, but then also I have to remember where I am because I go back and forth. And it depends on what day it is. So I ever cooked cheese bread? No, he did not. Okay. On back to this one. Sky Yalis. I'm sorry. I'll call Sky. What programs do you use for art nowadays? Mostly Photoshop and After Effects are my go-tos. Which is, I did a little bit over the weekend because I was working on something that I had to finish, and then which was part of the presentation I'm going to do probably tomorrow, it looks like. Can you tell a little bit about the game development process of AAA games? This is something that I've always found very fascinating because any game can be a AAA game. A AAA game used to be a game that sold a lot, that people liked a lot. But now that's kind of shifted to where people think that AAA games can only be created by massive teams that have massive work and massive amounts of money and stuff like that. They can, but they don't always. Just because a company calls something a AAA game doesn't mean it is. Like I would say that there are a lot of small games out there, and I'll use Heartbound as an example. Great following, people play it, people love it. Arguably, it can be a AAA game made by three people. You know, an artist, a programmer, and a music guy. You know, so I'm I don't feel that the term AAA game is fair or used correctly, in my opinion, and that's my opinion. So there. Phil Witz asks which days the are no stream days. Saturday and Sunday I don't stream because I spend time with my girlfriend and her kids and stuff, and we go and do things. Yeah, kind of. Someone said on the chat here that AAA is kind of an investment term. Yeah, yeah. It's when it comes to games themselves, playing them and all that. I don't value that term when I'm picking a game. It's just I'm from Europe, so GM +2, so Greenwich Mean Time +2, so UK +2, so you're 7 hours difference from here. So good, because right now I'm on the East Coast of the U.S. But the demo price is way up. Funny. Let's see. Dave's Art Corner. Okay, sorry. Yeah, Dave's Art Corner. No idea if you have asked Odin this. Do you still do 3D art? I have not done 3D art in a long time. Mostly because I don't have the programs here for me to use to do that. I mean, I have the machines can do it and all that, but I just didn't want to go out and buy Maya or anything like that. But I don't do a lot of 3D anymore. I would say the last 8 years have been mostly managing people and helping them grow and helping them get to the positions that they should be in and the careers that they can be in. What I always tell new teams that I work for, I go, look, my career is pretty much set in stone. What I do here may not change my career, but if I do it right, it'll change yours, is what I always tell them, because that's what I'm there for. I'm there to help them succeed, help them grow. And that is what we do. Oh, let me do this real quick because I keep forgetting. We will get to Rock and Roll Racing. We'll play that in a minute here. But I also have to make sure that I'm got just chatting up so that the Steam Lords will not, or Steam Lords, the Twitch Lords will not go, hey, you're not putting the right category up. You know, I could ask Thor to lower the demo price, but if I remember correctly, the demo is free. So you guys go ahead. You can play your little games, but I'm not stupid. And when I do my game, my demo will be the same price. Yes, it will. It will be the exact same price. You know, I think that Thor should raise the demo price by 200% for Black Friday. And that's what I'm going to tell them. I'm going to go, look, raise it by 200%, and then that'll make them a lot happy because they really want to pay double nothing as opposed to nothing. So, you know, because double nothing is so much better than nothing. I think the connection to the Goblin Lord was always going to be there, and I have no problem with that. I'm more than happy to play the game of what's Thor doing today. Why was there, Mr. Gooey, why was there a complete separation campaign made for the console version of Warcraft 2? I don't know. My assumption is, because I did not work on that, but my assumption is that there were certain limitations to the console. What was it like putting Diablo on PlayStation? I didn't work on that project either, and I apologize, but I have played it on PlayStation, and I actually kind of like it on PlayStation. I really enjoyed it. Diablo 2, I believe, is one that I played on PlayStation. You know, how did the N64 end up with a higher unit selection cap than PC? Probably, in all honesty, probably because of the platform's different capabilities. What's over here? I used to work outsource CS for RS. Okay. Oh, cool. Outsource CS. Oh, okay. I ran the CS team for RS and old school. So agreed. It is cheaper at the moment. 200% increase is I think completely fair, because 200% times zero is still, well, zero. So yeah, he could do a 200% increase and it wouldn't change a damn thing. Raising prices on Black Friday. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. We have suggested raising prices on Black Friday. I know it's novel, but okay. Yarbongo. Yarbongo asks, if you're going to play every game you've worked on, does that mean you'll eventually be playing WoW, StarCraft, Diablo on stream? Yes, it absolutely means that. That's the whole point. It's going to take us a little while to get through the Super Nintendo games, and we'll talk about that shortly. I was hoping to have an actual Super Nintendo system here today, but I'm waiting for the security team to review the box that was sent and all that. So once that's done and it clears them, then we'll get it plugged in and working and all that stuff. And we will see how it goes. Mr. Gooey. Is that correct? Gooey? Okay, so when you get to StarCraft and Warcraft, are you ready for the novels of questions and comments that are likely to come your way? Absolutely. Why wouldn't I be? Yeah, I will answer what I can, and what I can't, I'll more than likely call someone and say, hey, what's the answer to this? And then Troy Tech asked, have you ever sat down and watched anime with Thor? Yes, I've watched anime with Thor and his brother. We do have, between the three of us, we all have different tastes in anime. You know, so it's, your username. Someone has yes. It's spelled Yarrbongo. Yes. Yeah. Unless they sent it as a different one. That's what they sent. Let me see. I think I missed something up here. And if teams are involved and how much. Okay, with the AAA game question, it says, like, what kind of teams are involved and how does that goes from how does it go from idea to release? And in all honesty, what the industry would call a AAA title, and we'll use WoW as an example. WoW has a massive team. I think when I left, and I don't know if they've cut it down under Microsoft or not, but the WoW team was about 200 people, and that was just the main core team that was doing level design, character design, story, all that. But you also have your external teams like the cinematics team. The cinematics team was, I'm just guessing at a number, it's probably about 150 people. And then you had the machinima team, which did the in-game stuff, and that was about 10 people. Then you have the audio team, which was a huge amount of composers and sound designers and stuff like that. So massive teams. But like I was saying, a AAA title, as I look at it, is based on sales and things like that, not on the work that was put into it. So in the case of Heartbound, which Thor does, it's just him as the creative lead and the coder. You have Shay as the art person who does all of the art and that you see in the game. Then you have, I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, but then he has his music guy that does sound effects, but Thor also does some sound effects and stuff too. So, you know, but any game can end up being a quote AAA game. It's just, and people and a lot of companies chase that. But I think to me, it's more of an internal, is the game worth it or not whether you've thrown a lot of people at it. Because from my point of view, is some of the best stuff we made when we were 10, 15, 20 20 people at Silicon Synapse way back when. That includes Warcraft. The first Warcraft was made from, I think the team was only 24 people when we made Warcraft 1. So you can do really, really amazing stuff and build huge followings with just a few people that are just making really, really good games. So I don't, whether something claims it's a AAA title or not, I don't care. Is it a good game? That's all I care about. Let's see. Where are we at over here? Let me go back here. Start at the top and see what we got here. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, the oh shit. Okay, apparently I'm going to be back in a couple seconds. We got 4 seconds till ads start again. That 27 minutes went by fast. Oh my god. Let's get the ad zombie up here. Here he is. Oh, his little words got tiny. He says, I'm a little tiny ad zombie. See, Rocky's back there just peeking over his left shoulder. Cool. While we do that, let me look at this here, see if I missed any questions up here. Good evening. Good. Previously hoped. Okay, we saw that one. Did Thor ever make cheese bread? No, he never made me his cheese bread. Does the crown in the background actually fit your head? Okay, we'll grab that question and put it over here so we can answer that when ad's over. And that was from Marshmallow. I'm trying to make sure that I keep copies of the names of the people that ask what, because I just think it's good taste, good stuff. But I keep a list, a running list. Okay, that's good. Demo price, we've already discussed that. That's silly because the demo's free. Glad to see you. Can you kindly ask Thor to lower? Yes, we've asked Thor to double his Black Friday price for the demo. Okay, scanning. We have 1 more minute for ads. I say commercials, which is just funny. I think it's just an old school thing. Is us old people gotta wait for the commercials. Yes, I guess that's the guy's name, the Yarbongo. So that is the name he sent to me. Okay, we're all caught up, and we'll cover that. 41 seconds. So I'm gonna have to think of something to do during ads to make them more special, because my brain is just not wrapping around because my understanding is some of you guys can still see me, some of you guys can still hear me, so I want to make sure that we're continuing the conversation without too much break. But I also know that there's a lot of people that are not hearing it until the ads are over, so that's why I'm going back and grabbing some stuff here from what we were talking, what people were asking, so that when we continue, it's good. Okay, 2 seconds. 1. Ads are gone. Okay, we are back. We now have 26 minutes to spread. Okay, someone asked during the stream here, does the crown in the background actually fit your head? No, it does not. The only person that's were able to put it on his head, I believe, was Frank Pierce was able to fit it on his head. And it hurt like hell, because there's an original set of them, there were 5 originals for all of us that first got the first 20 years, because that's what the crown is from. Let me grab it here. So, my chair got caught. So, this is the crown, and you get this for 20 years at Blizzard, but this is one of the original ones, because there were 5 original ones that were made by Weta, and they were for all of us that were the first 5 to reach the 20-year mark. I've seen the crown that they give out now, and it has like some blue stuff on it. I haven't lifted it, so I don't know how heavy it is. But this one, these are massively heavy. But my head is way too fat for it, you know. So, and my hair gets caught up in all the stabbies and stuff. But that is what you get for 20 years of Blizzard, and they're amazing. I love them. I love this thing. I earned this thing. Yeah, and then I always wear my ring, so I have my ring on. It kind of goes with it. Still has the blue stone as well. You know, but I've worn this ring for 17 years, something like that, 18 years. You know, but yeah, these things are awesome. And they got a little velvet. But these are the ones that were made directly by Weta. I think that they after I left, I think they went out and found another manufacturer and changed the design a bit, because I seem to remember seeing them with blue stuff here and here and here on the later ones, but this is one of the original ones, and will be with me until I die, and then my children will fight over it. No, then I will tell them to sell it, because you can get a pretty good price for them, but I ain't selling mine. Okay, stay. I don't want it to fall off the stand because it will break something. Yeah. But yeah, we were dealing with what I believe in regards to making the orc on Wolfback for the main courtyard at Blizzard. And so they made these as well around the same time. But no, it does not fit my head. My head is way too fat. It did fit Frank's head, but Frank's also bald, so it's but I got a lot of good stuff from way back in the day back there. Yep. And we'll pull some of it up at some points and talk about it as we go. Yeah, it's just cool to know that it was made by the same people that made a lot of stuff for Lord of the Rings and stuff. They do really good work. And let's see. No, it can handle it. It's empty, just like my head. Honestly, with a crown like that, ask if I could be buried with it. Well, I plan on being torched into little itty bitty pieces of ash, so that's not going to help, because what burns me up is not going to burn that thing up. Yes, I do have magnificent curls, don't I? I grew them myself. Yeah. I've had people ask, how do you take care of your hair? I go, I wash it every day. And well, not so much anymore, but I wash it like at least every other day. And then I just leave it the hell alone. I don't do a lot of things. Shampoo, conditioner, once a week, bar soap, to kind of get all whatever buildups on and off. And then just leave it alone. But based even on the one picture that everybody keeps talking about with me when it was really, really, really long, still not the longest it's ever been, because in high school I did get it down to the middle of my back, similar to the length that Thor has now, which is funny because when he was a kid, he hated long hair. I guess he got over it. Yeah, good for him. Yeah, because he used to give me crap for having long hair. But that's what kids do. That's all they do. Give you crap. All right, so where are we at down here? That list is taken care of. So that's today's list for now. Let's look over here to see if there's anything else here. I think we're all caught up with questions. I guess we're going to play some rock and roll racing here. We are... Wow, that was a quick 35 minutes. Okay. Let me get the game going. I need to change this thing again. There she is. There she blows. And then hit done, or it doesn't work. Okay. Stream has been successfully updated. We look at over here. Yes, it is successfully updated. Okay, bar soap. Yeah. Yeah, bar soap. What I found like for my hair that it seems to like is just like once a week, instead of using the shampoo and conditioner, all that, just take some Lever 2000 and wash it. Comes it's squeaky clean and it's happy. Usually on a Saturday, and then don't put any conditioner in it. Just let it kind of be what it bees. Viking funerals, yep, must have Viking funerals. We will get back to Lost Vikings as soon as we get the Super Nintendo thing worked out, because the delay on this works really, really well for the racing game, but it doesn't work well for when you're trying to precision jump, which is what we were trying to do. And things, times have changed. No wig, never had a wig. Sold wigs when I was a kid. My mom used to own a wig and beauty supplies shop in Dana Point Harbor. And I'd have to come home from school and go down there and sell makeup to old ladies and wigs to old ladies. It was, it sucked. Okay. You don't want to leave high school when you're trying to be cool and then go sell makeup and wigs to the grandparents of the people you go to high school with, because it gets back to them. And it's not a good look. Okay, let's go to, we're going back to Rock and Roll Racing. We're going to run through the credits here real quick, because we want to make sure that everybody's getting credit for the work that they did. All of our programmers, Bob and Patrick and Alan, all the artwork, me and Ron and Sam Daddy A, Sam Weiss, and Larry Supermouth Huffman was the announcer. So all the testers, all the guys at Interplay, and Todd Kamasta was, I believe he was the one that did the animations and the original designs for the Lost Vikings, if I remember correctly. If I'm remembering that wrong, please, someone out there that has been part of the team, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Todd did the original Vikings for us, because we were still beginners. Yes, we were. We're just starting out. Yeah, so let's go to that game. Here we are. Here's where we left off. What do we have? Okay. I will say honestly, I've left this thing on since we put Rock and Roll Racing in it, because I wasn't sure if I would be able to get back to where we were, even with the codes. So it's been on this whole time, and it's holding together pretty well. Like I said, I was hoping to have the actual SNES here so we could play without the lag, but for we're at the next one. Okay, cool. I think this one may be one that has the Lost Vikings soda poster. I'm looking at the sides, not looking at the race. I'm a dumbass. But one of them has, what did I do? Oh, I took the shortcut. That's right. Woohoo! That's right. Now I'm in the lead. Helps if I actually turn the car on, not look at the side of the road. I'm trying to keep as close to the side as I can, because I know that there's somewhere on this land, there's a Lost Vikings soda ad that I'm looking for. Oh, okay, rip. Oh, helps if I actually aim right. Haha, blew him up. Woohoo! Oh, that's what I get. Thank you for helping me. Oh, damn. Okay, we're gonna have to get vicious. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna lose. It's funny, is first race always gets screwed up. Ah. I think I got third. I got third. Yeah, I got a weak third. Is it an emulator or an actual system? It's an emulator. It's a Retron 5. And there seems to be just enough of a delay that if I'm playing Lost Vikings and trying to jump onto the bubble things, the delay won't let me correct if I overshoot the bubble just a tiny bit. So I tried to see if there was any settings in the system itself for fixing that, but there doesn't seem to be. So I thought that I would try an actual SNES and see if it's the same thing. Because then you guys could just laugh at me and call me Bubble Boy or something because I can't get past the bubble level on Lost Vikings. You saw the word Vikings? Okay, we're going to be on this planet for a couple, so we'll probably see. Maybe I'll stop and let the race go by, and we'll look at it. Whenever you put your video game ads that we are obviously completely fake, did you have a lot of fun with them? Oh, absolutely. Because the whole point of them was to be funny. If you look at any Blizzard stuff, there's humor in absolutely everything we did. You know, go back to even like the pissed emotes for the orcs and stuff like that. It's like stop poking me stuff and all that. Or sorry, let me do it right. Stop poking me. You know, that was always fun, and it was always fun to add those kind of things to what we were doing. Because we were pretty goofy people way back in the day. Okay. I'm going to keep to the side here because the poster will be on the side somewhere. If I see it, I'll stop. But I might miss. Ah, there it is. There. See? Viking Cola. Ah! Sorry, he rammed me in the butthole. Sorry. Okay, he's going to go down. I won't kill him because he hit me. You touched me. That's right, you're dead. It's funny because we used to tease Bob because Bob programmed the AI for all the cars. And we used to tell him that they cheat, that his cars cheat. Because my cars don't cheat. Oh, yes, it does. I still think they do. I can't tell you how, can't tell you why. All I can tell you is I think they cheat. So, Bob, it's all on you. Don't hit the water. Thank you. Races are definitely getting harder, but we need to wipe them out. Okay, now we're in first. We had to kill them, but we're in first. On the last lap, the last couple corners, don't hit the water. Rather hit the wall than the water. And first place. There you go. The Viking ad was in the middle section. Yeah, I tried to slow down, but I got knocked out. You're the king. Well, I don't vote. Well, I didn't vote for you. Okay. Let's see. Illegal speed boosting. No? Tell my toddler to yell at anyone class that tries to don't touch my body. Or hands to. Okay, I'm not sure what happened. Did I miss something up here? Okay, I missed. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Yeah, your toddler should never let anybody touch them. Oh, okay. I remember being a kid and clicking every unit. Here. Yeah, well, because each of them had 8 things that they would say, and we were what we would do. The way we would get them is we'd get a bunch of guys, a bunch of people in the room, guys, girls, whoever was available. We would turn a recorder on, and we'd just start throwing lines out, you know, and then those lines would lead to other lines and all that, and we would just keep doing that until we got enough that we could use. And Viking Cola, yeah, so we got enough that we could use, and we did that for every game, and every race and everything. So if you even look in WoW, there's a whole bunch of piss lines in there too. But the average for each character is having 8 piston lines, and I believe they're just randomly put up. So except for the Stop Poking Me, I think the Stop Poking Me, which was one of the first ones that broke out and everybody thought was awesome, was really good. How much effort goes into making CGI cinematics for WoW? Is that possible to make a longer movie like that? They always wanted to make a longer movie. They always wanted to make a movie. But you have to think about the timelines for making the cinematic stuff. Yes, they had refined it to a fine art of getting it through, but you're still talking for a 3-minute intro. You're talking 6 to 8 months to just do that intro. Sometimes longer, depending on if changes are made at the last minute or stuff like that. That's why it was very important to storyboard things out first before going to build all the models and all that stuff. So they would draw everything in storyboard form, and then I would take those and cut them up and then use After Effects to build animation for them and stuff like that so you can get a look and feel for it. I'll see if I have an old one somewhere. I think I might have a copy of one of the old storyboards for Warcraft 3. And I can see, but what you do is you just draw it all out in storyboard form in the basic storyboard blocks, and then you just take that, scan that into After Effects or into Photoshop, whichever, and then you cut the pieces out, like say when the crow flies over the top of the thing and shows its shadow, you just take that cut out of the crow and move it across the screen in fake animation. But it's really good to do that, because if you get your cinematic all storyboarded out right, you get it all animated right from the storyboard, then you can go in and say, okay, this shot that I need of the crow flying by is 97 frames. So then your cinematics guys can build all the parts, and then they know that they don't have to render that 97 frames or in the size of 97 frames. Then they bring that back to me, and I start plugging that into the edit for that thing, for that particular cinematic. But a movie is a much bigger thing, and the team would have to stop making anything for games and probably do 5 years to do a movie. That's my guess, and that's assuming that changes aren't made to it along the way, which we Blizzardites are notorious for. It's like, okay, I change everything. I want everything redone. Okay, we are on race 3 of 12. Or we've run 3 of 12. We're actually on race 4 on this here planet. We have 7 minutes till the next ad, so I will go ahead and do the race. Maybe we'll see Viking Cola again, but it was fun to put silly ads into stuff. As I said in one of my talks earlier, I'm not a big proponent of real world items being advertised in game. I mean, you can advertise them out of game and you can exit the game to have them. I have no problem with that at all. But in game, no, it's not a thing for me. I can't do that. There's Cola. There's our Viking Colas again. When I come back around, when I get a little bit more of a lead, I will go and get them, because I think this guy's going to be a pain. Good. Have him blow. Blow up, dude. There. Run that over. If he gets in front of me, I can shoot him, and then he'll be dead. Viking Cola. Whoop, come on, get up the hill. Thank you. Yeah, got a little bit of delay there. Oh, I got 2 laps. God, I need to find some power-ups here. Missed it. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to go until power-ups. But they got to be in my Drive sight. No, I don't want to blow. They will never catch me now. I will cross the finish line on fire. So yeah, a movie would be very difficult to touch. Sorry, the toddler stuff is... Yeah, sometimes I just say stupid shit. Sorry, I apologize. Yes. Yeah, the ferret butt with this song fits perfectly. Yeah. Oh, that is Paranoid. Yes, it is. It is Paranoid by Black Sabbath. This was a song that that Sam chose. So each of us got to choose a song for the game way back when. It was much easier to... it was much easier to... Why does it say... I thought I changed this to Rock and Roll Racing. Rock and Roll Rascals. No. Okay. Now that should be right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it was much easier to license music way back in the early 90s because there were no... Before Rock Band and Guitar Hero and all that stuff came out and just licensed everything, and they got into a huge licensing war. Now it would be very difficult to license big name artists and songs, but we were lucky that we got some really good songs in here because we got Paranoid by Black Sabbath, of course, and like Highway Star by, I believe it's Golden Earring? No, something like that. But yeah, there was a lot of those things. But we did notice yesterday that the ferret butt animation with this song kind of times out perfectly. Okay, where are we at? We have 3 minutes till the next ad, so let's see if we can get one more race in. That'll put us the 5 of 12 races for this planet. Oh, I forgot to see how much money we have and if I can buy something that will help. Oh, this is the confusing maps. I made some really messed up maps when I was doing these things, so... That's right. I killed him. You come after me, you come after my whole family. And our cars. Yeah, they gave me an old, I forget the kind of computer, I'm gonna actually look it up, and one of those old red joystick things. It was for the Commodore 64, and there's another Viking Soda ad there. Let's see if I can get far enough ahead that we can stop and look at it when we come back around here. I think I'm far enough ahead to be able to stop. We'll see. There it is. See it? Viking Soda. There's no reverse. Not sure I managed to get out in front. I think that's when I blew up the other guys. Woohoo! Jumped over you. Time. Look at that. Yeah. Deep Purple. Yes. Sorry. Yeah, this song I picked because my friend Tony used to have a Dodge Super Bee with a 383 in it. And he would go out on the 5 freeway at night and turn this on and just crank it up to as fast as he could get it. And this was the song to race. Oh, we have 113 grand. Okay. What's in the shops? What do they have in the shops here? Oh, we have ads in 1 minute. Okay, we can buy a bigger motor for 100 grand. We were waiting for that, but is that what we want to do? We want tires. It's a pretty decent racing game for its time. I like it a lot. It's it was fun, but we will play through probably the rest of the first player part, and then jump to jump back to Lost Vikings, and then I think that I have to look at the list, but I think that either Death and Return of Superman or Blackthorn is next, but we will see. Because they're all very different kinds of games, and they're a lot of fun. I think we're going to save our money for a little while, because we might buy another car. We could buy another car. Let's see what cars are available on this planet. Okay, we got the tractors. I always like those tractors. Those are a lot of fun. How much they cost? Oh, 110 grand. Yeah, we may go to a tractor, or we have the Camaro, so we're all good there. The Leaf car is what I called it, 70 grand. We might buy a tractor. You know, I really like this. I really liked making those ones were a lot of fun. But yeah, that could be our next buy. But I don't want to spend all of our money just outright. Let me make it a brighter color so you can see what it looks like. So yeah, that's pretty slick. But the color we're going for these days is green. It's a little bit dark on the screen, but you get the basic idea. I'll drink some of my tea real quick. Ads are coming up. Let me see where our ad screen is. There it is. So I have a thing in front of me that says ads now. Oh, I forgot to fix that. Let's fix this. Doing some maintenance. Add some text. Let's just call it that for now. Put this in there. Make it 48 is probably a good one. We'll say, oh, can we make it the right? That's right. You're watching the behind the scenes. Welcome to the behind the scenes with Joy Ray Hall. Yes. Today we will be making zombies, an ad zombie. We're going to color them. We're going to put them in. We're going to grab them. We're going to bring them down here. The one thing that I find really annoying with OBS is when you copy something from one scene to another, it doesn't actually make a copy. It makes a clone of the one that you took it from. So when I made the one for the startup screen, when we're starting up, and made the new ad zombie before the stream starts, and I changed the size of the font. It changed the size of the font in this one as well. So that's why it went from a big font to an itty bitty font, which I think is weird, because if you're going to make a copy, make it a copy, an individual standalone copy, and it doesn't do that. Drive differently. They do. They are cosmetically different, but there is a different drive to them as well. It's very slight, but it is there. I'm sure that you have. But do you anime? Yes, I do. If you do, what is your current favorite? My current favorite is, and this is probably going to be silly, and this is probably going to piss a lot of people off, but I really like the English version of Ghost Stories, mostly because it's so ridiculous. Because I know that when they brought it to the U.S., it wasn't popular, I guess, in where it come from, and so the writers were given free will to write whatever story they wanted over the original anime. And it's wrong, and it's funny, and that's why I liked it. And why do I still have my zombie stuff up? I take that down. So, but right now, Ghost Stories, which is the last one that I put on my Plex system. No, I have not sabatoned yet. I have been very busy on getting stuff right for this stream stuff and learning new things and all that. So we will get to that. Let's do this. I do have it on my playlist in YouTube because I want to be able to watch their videos and see how that kind of works out. But we will get there. I'm very happy that YouTube is now apparently working again. So we will. I will still save a copy of it local in case I need to upload it to the system. Have you seen the new live action One Piece? No, I have not. I've found that a lot of the live action versions of things I'm not a big fan of. I really like the animated versions of stuff. But yeah, if you can get a hold of Ghost Stories, the English dub will just make you laugh out loud. Because they basically just wrote everything wrong they could and got away with it. So, and no, I will not be playing it on the stream. I don't think I'll play any of the stuff on the screen. There are certain things that I will play, like I'm trying to maybe parts of like the 20-year anniversary video I did, my team and I did for Blizzard, which someone mentioned, I think the second stream or the third stream. So I may play parts of that because there's parts of that that just make me laugh, and then we can talk a little bit about the history of the piece itself and go from there. Let's see, that live question list is done. Let's see what we got from the old stories. So one of the things that Frank always makes fun of me about is when I went to my first interview at Silicon and Synapse, I was given advice by a family member to put petroleum oil on my feet, and it will bring me good luck, is what they said, which I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I did it before. Yeah, I know, what the fuck. Yeah, I completely agree. So I did it and went to the interview, and Frank for years just gave me hell about it every single time. And I always just tell him, I go, you know what? I did it. I got the job. I'm still here. So something must have helped, because I know you don't like me, because Frank and I we had a huge hate relationship. So I haven't seen anime. It's a live action One Piece. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. Sorry. Have you ever played Elder Scrolls Online? No, I have not played Elder Scrolls Online. I've played Final Fantasy XII was the last online game other than like RuneScape or stuff that I played for work. Most of the games that I like are not those kind of games. They're more. I like one-player games. It's just been something that I've always liked. Single-player games have always been just like the best for me. I think it's just because the way I was raised is you do what you do. It worked. Okay. Best live action was probably Great Teacher. Okay, I'll look up that one. And I will make an effort today to listen to the group that you guys mentioned last week. I apologize I actually forgot all about it over the weekend. I didn't go on YouTube, so I will. But I do have it linked into a watch later directory. Okay, back from that. We're going to go back to racing, do some more racing. Rock and roll racing. We're not going to buy a new car yet. We're going to probably buy it after the 6th. Yeah, when one more level, then we'll buy a new car. More than likely, we'll buy the tractor. I really like the tractor.
The stage is set. The green flag drops.
The trick is just figuring out where to go. Woohoo! I have to keep looking up at the map because I keep thinking the turn's the other way and it's not. Go, buddy, go. He's right behind you. Coming up fast. And jump. Oh, that was a weak jump. You bet I am. Of course, now that I say that, they're going to catch up and blow me up, so. Oh, that was awesome. Mid-air collision. We need to get rid of him. Yep, he is, because I knocked his ass out. Ah, he took a wrong turn. I'm back in first. It's good to know that Bob's AI on the cars gets just as confused as I do when it comes to some of these tracks. Because our orange guy back there, he's going the wrong way. Or he was going the wrong way. Let's see if I can jump without hitting him. Ha! No, apparently not. Get out of the way. He made me lose! Ha! Mm-hmm. Rip got mad. Took me out just before the last turn. That bastard. Okay, let's see about buying a tank. Okay, it's only going to leave us with 10 grand. And I don't think that our add-ons go with us. Papa, do you need... Oh no, my apologies, more of just a thing. Okay, we're good. Will we be able to be competitive without... We're going to earn some more money. And here's why. Is I don't think that the add-ons that we have on the other car transfer to the new car. So we're going to need some money to be able to buy motors and stuff. I need a mute button. So that... Because I still have this cough that is just driving me nuts. I thought I had... Oh, come on. Let the carnage begin. Boop. Let's see if we can keep ourselves from... Come on. Alright, we saved it. We're still in second. Well, Shred is a... Okay, I can't say that, can I? Never mind. I'm like so out of control here. Thank you. Huh? We'll see about that. If all of you must die for me to win, then you shall die. Just gotta catch that guy. Yes, he is, until I find him. And shoot him. Woo! Spinning out. Yeah. Saved it. Spinning out. Saved it. Trick is to spin out just the right way so that you can do the next corner. That isn't so bad. I'm catching up with him. Oh, if I didn't spin out like an idiot. Where is he? Where is he? I gotta get him before the end. Thank you. Thanks for the boost. Thanks for the gumball, Mickey. I just never met a wall I didn't like. All the way around. Where's he at? Ah, damn it. You always end up backwards and upside down. Okay. I can't beat him. Oh well. Oh, did he? Well, at least I'm not in another time zone. Okay, we got 5 more races on this one. We have 129,000. If we buy the new car, that's 110, which leaves us 15. I don't think that we... I think the first motor was like 10, if I remember correctly. Do we keep with this car or do we go on? That is my question in my head right now. Where are we at? Okay. New car time? Okay, new car time. Yeah. And I know the car. Are we staying with green? Is that the color we're going to stay with? Okay, no answer. We're staying with green. Okay. I think we can always paint it later. Oh, wait. Did I exit? I didn't mean to exit. I meant to buy the car. Ah. Buy a car. Yes, red is the fastest car. It also gets the most tickets. So, we have 19K left. What can we do? Ah, he has a completely different set of stuffs. All of it too expensive for us. Okay, well, we got just the base of everything. We need to get some race money. Let's see what we can do. I think we can always go back to our other car if I remember correctly. Whoop. Yeah, he turns so much more easily. I think it's because of the tractor treads, but there's definitely a difference. A little bit more precise. Not as much sliding around, if that makes sense. Take the shortcut. It's not a shortcut, it's just the same length, but it's a pretend shortcut. But we're just killing it here. We're way ahead. Of course, if I don't bump into the walls, we'd be even more ahead, but... Ah! That's right, I'm trying to throw my lead away. I think on the one corner up there is a larger Viking Soda poster. I think, let me get close here. There's one there, but I think there's one here. Oh no, it's the same one. Woohoo, we spun it. How long did the game take to make? These were really, really quick. Both Lost Vikings and Rock 'n' Roll Racing were, I think they were, let's see, I think they were under a year each. I know Lost Vikings was under a year. But yeah, we were doing a lot of ports at the time too, so. But we got a first place. Let me some chemistry puns, yeah. Let's get some more money. More money. Yes, let it begin. God, blew me up already. Thanks, guys. I fire back, don't forget. I'm out of bullets. That sucks. Oh, I have rockets. That's why they're slower. Okay. I take a little bit more careful aim. Well, if I can help him, I will. Come on. I got no bullets. I got no bullets. I got no bullets. Oh yeah, you think? We'll run right up your butt, buddy. Oh, that was crap. There is no reason I should have went off the edge there. Oh, is it? That's right, I shot you. I went off again, same exact spot. I'm anticipating the turn during the jump, and I shouldn't do that. I'm going to lose this race. I'm gonna need to... Wow. I went off the track 4 times. That's crazy. Yes, I am. I'm also in the water, so lucky me. You mentioned before that you primarily play single player games because of the way you were raised. Could you explain on that? I was raised pretty isolated, you know. I've said before that, and I'll put it in the presentation I'm planning on doing tomorrow, is I was raised by some pretty horrible people. Yeah, but like they were, I say horrible, but they're also like the best villains because they believed they were doing the right thing, but they didn't know how to do it the right way, so they would do it in horrible ways. And it left me in the first parts of my life after I got sight when I was 9 years old. It left me very withdrawn and isolated and pretty much just scared of everything that moved, you know. Never wanted to be out in front, never wanted to be the person that was picked to play. It was just not that kid. I was like mostly scared of my own shadow, literally most of the time. And it led to me just going, okay. But when video games came up, I really enjoyed the single player aspect of games and stuff like that, and being able to play things and make your own destinies in them and things like that. And so I got huge enjoyment after that, out of that. Whereas playing against another human, or even like I'll use raiding as an example in WoW, is I have a level 100 hunter in WoW. I have raided one time, and the raid itself was okay, but the interactions between humans was not, because it was like, how dare you pick that up? You shouldn't have picked that up. Why you pick that up? Sorry, my throat is starting to get to me. So because of all of that, I just like going in and playing the game and getting out. There's a game I play on my iPad every day. It's called Diggy's Adventure. And all it is a simple, your character just gets energy, use that energy to dig his way through things and knock things down and go through puzzles and all that stuff. And I've been playing it now for over 10 years on my iPad, and it's just fun. You know, and I can go in and do 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the afternoon, 5 minutes at night. Game's done, ready to go. You know, let's go to the next thing. You know, let's go live life now. Yeah, some people are pretty scary. Some people, I had a stepfather that was not, should never have been involved with children in any way, shape, or form. This might be a word question, but my son is turning 1 soon. While I'm still early, I have been looking into children's games. Now, I've run into the problem where the games meant for children are either for children older than 7, like brain rot. So, questions? I mean, I would look into the old Davidson and Associates games. I think they made games for smaller children because all their stuff was about education and learning and stuff like that. And Jen and Bob Davidson were amazing people. For those that don't know, Jen and Bob Davidson bought us when we were Silicon and Synapse making these games and made us into Blizzard. So they were amazing people. If you go online to YouTube, the 20-year anniversary videos up there that me and my team worked on, and in fact here I'll put a link up to it. And Jen and Bob were actually in there. What had happened with that was when we first did the video, I couldn't get hold of Jen and Bob because they're all over the place. They're world travelers. They run a school in Nevada called the Davidson Academy, I believe. And what they do is they take the biggest and brightest kids from all over the U.S. and bring them there and help train them and teach them and stuff like that. And they're amazing people. But I had to have this video ready for the Christmas party that year and couldn't get hold of Jan and Bob. So I interviewed Bobby Kotick in their place because he was friends of theirs at the time. And I'm like, okay, at least there'll be something in there. And then the day after the Christmas party, Jan and Bob called me and said, okay, we can do the interviews. Just fly out to our house in Maui, and you can stay for a week. We'll do the interviews, and we'll get it all done. I'm like, cool. So I flew out. I got all my camera equipment together. I flew out to Maui and went out there and stayed at their house. Was amazing in Maui, and stayed in their guest house for their house and set everything up. And Bob came out, and Jen was having some health issues, and he said that she probably wouldn't remember me when she came out, but she came out, and the first thing she yelled was "Joey Ray," and then came up and gave me a big hug. She was awesome, just absolutely awesome. So over the next couple of days, I sat down and interviewed them for this piece, and was able to put them in there, and took Bobby out. Bobby was not happy about being removed from the video, and I said to him, I go, would you rather tell the story, or would you rather Jan and Bob tell the same story? I would rather Jan and Bob tell the story because they're the ones that made us Blizzard. And he wasn't pleased about it. So I'm sure he still hates me to this day over it, but that's okay. I don't mind. You know. But if you watch the video, I just put the link up to, it's what we put out for our 20-year anniversary back in 2011 now? No, 2000. Yeah, 2011, somewhere around there. But great times, and it also talks about a lot of stuff. I'm in there somewhere because unfortunately, and you'll see some of the animosity between me and Frank because like. Yeah, because Frank, you can raid in Twitch to where you send. Raid in Twitch to where you send people you chat another stream. Okay, didn't know that. Even more praise to you for being such a wonderful and cool human being. I don't know if I don't know. My kids can tell you whether I'm wonderful and cool or not. The thing is most people can either take me or leave me. There doesn't seem to be a middle ground. More old you get, the more you don't give a shit. It's not that you don't give a shit about what people think. What it is you start to realize what things are important and what aren't. And you're capable of laughing about the things that aren't when people are making big deals about them. Yeah. No, I've never voiced a character. My voice is not good. So I've never done any voiceover work for any of the games that we worked on. I know a lot of the other guys did. Metzen, of course. Even Glenn Stafford did the archers in Warcraft 2, I believe. But no, I've never done a voiceover for anything. How to get over the fear of anything then? I mean, now you're streaming 400 people. Well, the thing is way back when we were doing BlizzCons, we had to get up and do the awards for like the Machinima Awards and stuff like that at BlizzCon. So you get up and you do them live. and me and Suzanne Monroe, were the ones that were picked to go up and give these presentations. Now, Susanna had done streams and stuff like that, but she'd never been in front of 10,000 people live, and we were standing back and she's kind of nervous. I'm going, look, it's going to be okay. The best thing to do is just don't think about it. You know what you have to say. The teleprompters are there. If we mess up, we mess up. But I told her before we stepped out that I go, here's what's going to happen. They're going to announce us. Curtains are going to open. We're going to walk out. Now, you got to be careful because there's some stuff on the stage that we may fall over. If you fall over, don't worry. I will catch you. If I fall over, don't try to catch me because I outweigh you by more than enough and I will pull you over and that will be absolutely horrible. So just stop, point and laugh at me falling down. So they announce us, the curtains open, and we walk out, and she didn't realize that they turned her mic on the second the curtains opened. And we walk out to 10,000 people in the room, and the first thing she says is, "Oh shit." And I just start laughing, and we walk out, and we get to the podium, and we're doing the awards and stuff like that. And at one point I got out of sight for the teleprompter and lost my line. I'm just like, okay, I'm lost here. Let me just step back over here. And I stepped back in the view of the teleprompter and we continued, but it was a lot of fun. One of the things we talked about earlier is you get to the point to where you just be yourself and you don't pretend to be different people wherever you are. Oh shit. I'm sorry. Ads are in progress. I am so sorry. We will go back to this. I don't know how much of that was missed. I am so sorry. Okay, where is it? Where you at, buddy boy? Where you at? Where you at? Sorry. There we go. I'm going to miss cues now and then because it's just me here alone. We've mentioned this before. Ads. Wonderful ads. Look at those ads. What are the ads for? What ad is up right now? What am I selling? I don't know what I'm selling. What are they using me to sell at this moment? Would you like an ad zombie emote? I will probably get there. Yes, we will see. Male enhancement. Oh, okay, yeah. I guess they know how old I am. Yeah, funny. Being yourself is the best way to be, and it also makes, yeah. And that's what the answer to the question up here is how did you get over the fears and stuff like that is. And I want to make sure that we cover it when ads aren't on, but I will go back to that. Boop, 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 boop. Now you're streaming the end of the stream. I get scared of anything that moves. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoop. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, my story went into the ads. I wasn't paying attention to my ad monitor. So, the question is, how do you get over the fear of everything then? And the way you get over it is not to lose sight of who you are and to become who you are. I was jumpy. I remember when I was sent to stay with my dad and his my stepmom, and she had complained to him. She goes, "The kid is jumpy as hell. He's scared all the time," because that was that's just the way we lived back then as kids. And we'll cover that. In fact, I have the whole outline for the book has 7 chapters on early childhood and stuff like that. And we'll cover some of that. But for me, it was me deciding who I wanted to be, who I am, and me deciding what would scare me and not scare me moving forward. And that was it, really. So once I did that and I started practicing it and learning it, then it became a whole lot easier because as I became me, and I'm sorry to put it that way, but that's the only way I can put it, is I decided these are the things that I will be afraid of. These are the things that I won't, and then built my brain pattern around those things, saying, okay, you know what? Talking in front of 10,000 people, it doesn't bother me that much. You just get up there and talk, and that's that. Talking in front of 500-600 people here, or 400 or 500 people here, not a big deal for me. It's like, okay, we'll sit down and talk, and I'll say what's on my mind, and we'll go on. If you guys don't like it, then okay, I'm sorry. This is who I am. But nothing outside is going to change you. You are the only one that's going to change you. Now, that being said, does it help to have therapists and stuff like that? Absolutely. Because there's sometimes where you get caught up in your own head and you can't see the solution that's right in front of you. And therapists can help bring that stuff out, and they can help guide you through it when it pulls you apart in an emotional way. And I've had a couple of those. But there's also just thinking back over the years as to the people that were helpful and the people that weren't. And what I mean by that is I remember years ago, I think I was 10 or 11, is the neighbor finally called social services on my stepfather, and I hated her. I absolutely hated her for it. How could she, all that? And then as I got older, I realized what a great thing she did to try to help us kids. And when Blizzard was young, I drove up and thanked her. It was years after. She didn't know who I was as an adult. I just knocked on her door and said, I just wanted to say I was one of those kids, and thank you very much for doing that. Even though I hated her for the longest time for doing it, because to me, she was breaking up the family, blah, 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 blah. Because you got to remember that most kids that are in abusive situations, they think that's how everybody lives. They don't know till later that it's not, and that is, that's a tough one for them sometimes. It's like, oh my God, you mean that's not normal? Because that's just how they were raised. That's how they were. And, okay, let me go. Okay. How did you practice it? Can you give everyday examples? I mean, everyday examples for me would be things like, okay, what was it, yesterday? Okay, no, I'll use an example from Cambridge. Is my friend, my video guy, Shed, was leaving the company, so we took him out to lunch. And while we were out to lunch, there was this was in Cambridge, so a lot of the pubs and stuff like that, there's always like horses and carriages and things like that, so that people can go and ride in a horse and carriage to Cambridge and stuff, which is actually kind of cool, and we're sitting at lunch, and we're having the goodbye lunch for him, and I'm looking outside, and one of the guys with his carriage and his horse were caught up with one of the road signs on the side of the road, and he was struggling to try to get the horse out of there. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, okay, fine. And I stood up and I walked out there, and I went to him to help. And I went up to the horse's face, and I kind of calmed him down, and we slowly backed him out and all that stuff, and then let him go. Those simple acts, things like that, will help change who you are. When you see something that someone needs help them. The other day in the store, I'm at the store, and there was a guy in a wheelchair and he was like pushing himself, but he's trying to also push his cart. So I asked him, I go, you need help? You want me to pull a cart over for you or drag the cart for you through the store? He goes, if you could just help me get over to the registers, that'd be great. So I literally just pushed his cart over the register so he could work his wheelchair to get over there. Those kind of things are going to make you a stronger person. You're not asking for anything in return. You're not doing anything else. You're seeing something wrong, and you're stepping up to try to fix it. When I went back to the table after the lunch, they were shocked that I went out there and helped. And they're like, we didn't expect that. I go, well, the guy needed help and nobody was stepping up to help him. And they go, well, how do you know about horses? I go, when my dad had his, my stepdad had his nursery in Ojai. He also had a horse that was a kids ride the horse for $1 type thing, and I just did what I did to calm that horse down. I just went and looked him right in the eye and all that stuff. To me, it wasn't a big deal. But those simple acts of kindness, when you want to run away, is going to change who you are. And I just kept doing that throughout my lifetime. You see something wrong, you help. Sometimes it's gotten me in big trouble. Sometimes it turns out like mediocre. Sometimes it turns out amazing. It's stuff that you can come and talk about. But some people don't want help, and the help that you give them, they get upset about because they can do it on their own. But guess what? Sometimes we can't. Sometimes we can't do it on our own. So going to like see a therapist, which I've seen a therapist a couple times throughout the years, when things got really hard. I saw a therapist during my divorce. I saw a therapist during some breakups here and there, but it's finding that help is great. And then helping others is when you see them struggling, it's just do it till it becomes automatic. We need this on a shirt, like, you see something wrong, you help. Well, I mean, it's something that we should be taught as children, that it's okay to step up and help someone that is needed, that needs it. Because unfortunately, in the society that we were raised in the US, people give you a bunch of shit for asking for help. And I don't think that's the right thing to do. Because to me, it's like, okay, I see the situation. Let me help you. Okay, now you can move on. And you're good. It's not about, okay, give me a reward for it or anything like that. As I said in the first, I'm not in front of the public a lot. When I am, I just do the job and that's it. When and there's some huge rewards that have come with that, but the rewards that people see aren't the most important rewards to me. I talked about the thing in Paris when we announced Diablo 3, of the little boy that just wanted to sit and talk about our games with me. And his dad, we sat on the floor inside the auditorium, and his dad translated while he asked me questions about the stuff that we worked on and stuff like that, and Diablo 3 and different games that he had played. And then he just started talking about just other games he plays. You just do it, And those moments are more important to me than the big, bombastic moments of a show and stuff like that. Those are important to other people, and that's great. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that those shows are fantastic. But the little moments are more important to me. And those are the things that saved me when I was coming from adolescence to adulthood. Those are the things that saved me. And just getting away from people that are so negative in my life that I couldn't take it anymore. Horrible childhood. How did you get from being treated horribly? Honestly, I walked away, and then got to a point to where I was run over by a car in 1980, because with being raised by horrible people, a lot of the people that I went to high school and stuff were, again, horrible, because you kind of attract and are surrounded by people of your like. I was well on my path to be a horrible person. And then I changed my mind and decided that's not what I wanted. But I had changed my mind a little late. My roommate, at the time, Eric, had gone to buy, this was 1979. He went to go buy some products, and they took his money and killed him and threw him into the ocean. And a couple weeks later, I found out who did it, and they had me run over by a car to get me out of the way so that I wouldn't talk. And I spent 3 months in San Clemente General Hospital recuperating, and then disappeared from that area, and completely changed my life and walked away from all that stuff and started rebuilding it, became up to Newport and became a plumber and a security guard at a apartment complex, and just started rebuilding myself from there, and just like said everything. Like in 1978, I stopped using drugs. I stopped doing all those things. I was trying to get my life back together when I got run over, and that was just a really easy way for me to walk away, and say, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not hanging with these people anymore. I'm not going to live this life anymore. And went and rebuilt it. And then 7 years later, Thor came along, and his mom and all that stuff, and life was improving. I was very happy as a plumber, and we were doing well for a beginning family, and so on and so forth. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's the thing is you can change your world by changing your mind. I it's really easy for me to take someone that's just being horrible to me and say, okay, I'm done. There's no emotion about it anymore. There's no, oh my God, what am I going to do other than that anymore? It's just like, okay, you are a horrible influence in my life. I do not need you here anymore. You are not helping me move forward. You're not helping me in any way. You're just dragging me down. So you go over there. I'll be over here, and we will see if we interact again. Most of the time we don't, because it's just like, okay, we're done. Oh yes, we got to the bad part. Just some of the bad parts. There's quite a few more. There were a lot of times waking up bleeding was a lot of my childhood, or a lot of my stepfather had a capacity to want to torture the children. And what I mean torture is he was very inventive in how he did it. So he one of his favorite things was he would take Ortega chili peppers and have you chew them. You would chew them. You weren't allowed to swallow. You weren't allowed to spit. You would keep chewing them while running in place. And he would do this for hours on time, that you just keep running in place, knees higher, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. While chewing hot peppers that you can't swallow or spit out. That was, when you're 10, 11 years old, that's a tough one. But he was good with that. That was one. Another one was the kids technically were never allowed to sleep in the main house. So like when he had the nursery, I slept on a cot behind a bamboo fencing in the nursery. When I mean nursery, it was a plant nursery, not a kid nursery. But I slept in that for most of my elementary school. But yeah, we were never allowed to sleep in the main house in any of the houses that they owned. We either had a old garage that was converted for where the kids slept, or things like that. But it was not a fun time. But I have to admit that in that time, though, I didn't know it was wrong. I just assumed everybody lived that way. But afterwards, when things started getting really, really bad, then it was more of, okay, this is not right. And that's when I had to go and think to myself as to why am I like I was, and which parts, and I've talked about this before, which parts were my fault, which parts were their fault, and which part was my problem, which part was their problem. Because yes, I did kid things, and like all kid things, there's a certain amount of repercussions that come with those kid things. And my repercussions that I received were mostly well overdone by stepfathers and things like that. They just flat out didn't like kids, but got a lot of pleasure out of torturing us and doing odd things to us. So there was a lot of wire hanger beatings and things like that. So I always laugh at the movie No More Wire Hangers. That always cracked me up. But they wouldn't just hit you with wire hangers. They'd stretch them out and then beat you with them. So that was fun. I remember getting the worst beating of my life because I was in elementary school and I played the tuba in the thing, and we were in the school band, and we were supposed to go to a recital where I was supposed to play with the band, but we stopped off at my stepfather's friend's house so he could drink. And we had like 10 minutes to get to the school so that I could do this thing. And I made the mistake of snapping my fingers at him. And he beat me silly and then made me snap my fingers until I wore the skin off my fingers. That was fun. Yeah. But there was a lot of those kind of things. And there was a lot of just silly stuff. And we'll cover some of it as we go here. But you brought it up. It's all on you. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't like kids. And it wasn't a fun time. That's about the easiest way to put it. Now, where were we? We were racing. Wow, we chewed up half of our time on this. What time is it? Oh, wow. We got 45 more minutes. Sounds really bad to me to say, but since having a daughter, I don't think some people should be allowed to have children with stuff like this happens. Well, I have, and I don't know if Thor's aware of this, but he might be. But because of it, what they taught at that time was that if you were abused, you would abuse your children. They said no matter what, that was going to happen. So I was scared to death to have kids for the longest time. I mean, from childhood, you know, I did not want to have kids. But when Thor and his brother came along, at first it took every ounce of energy not to overreact to stuff. But then with practice, it got easier and easier and easier and easier. You know, I'm pretty happy about the fact that I never hit either one of them ever when they were kids, ever. You know, or did like horrible things that had been done to me when I was a kid. You know, so, and both of them turned out pretty good. I think they turned out to be pretty good rock stars. You know, each in their own right type thing. So I did good, I think, you know, but the abusive stuff never got transferred on. I don't think that we, as a family, ever talked about it, actually. So, but also just allowing the kids to be themselves, I think, is a good one. You know, because I always joke that with new fathers and new mothers, I always go, you're going to spend the first 2 years trying to get them to walk and talk, and the rest of their lives trying to get them to sit down and shut up. So. But it is. I would like some advice on something for that topic, actually. My abuse mother is coming to visit my grandparents today in the next 3 days. She has dangerous anger outbursts. Will hurt them. I mean, I would say if things get out of control, call the police. Achilles. So don't let anybody hurt anybody around you. That's the thing I do. If she starts to abuse the grandparents and stuff like that, then call the police, because you're not in the you're not going to be able to defend them alone. You know, there's not a whole lot you can do except for have them call you if there's a problem. You know, I would check in on them now and then and see. But if they say that, like, work out a code with them or something, or work out a thing where they can just like hit a button on their phone or something, you can set it up to where they can say, send out a help please type thing. And if they need it, they need it. I mean, the only other thing you could do is go over there, but from the way it sounds, that may actually cause more problems. I would call, if you have a therapist or something, I would call them and say, look, I'm having a lot of anxiety over this, and get them to give you some advice, because they have a lot more information than I do in this little chat. So, but I would definitely reach out to them and say, here's the situation, here's what's going on. I'm concerned for them, and then see what their advice is. Because me personally, all I can say is what I would do is I would set up a signaling system for them to let me know if there's a problem, or I would go over there. But I'm not suggesting you do that because it's the for me it would be easy because I'm not emotionally attached to it, where you're emotionally attached to all this, and it could cause some issues for everybody. So get some advice from your yeah, it is like sitting on hot coals. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe they'll have a grand time together. Who knows? You know. Even if it would be worse. Yep. Yeah. Well, you know, mother's love. Yeah. Yeah. Talk to your therapist about it and see what they say. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I would never take action on anything someone on a stream says, because you're dealing with you're dealing with some pretty raw emotions there, and it doesn't sound like a safe and sound thing for anybody. And I wouldn't throw anybody in that kind of situation without the proper instructions, and I do not have those. So I would say talk to your therapist on Wednesday, and then see what she suggests, or he, whichever, and follow those instructions. And just be aware, they may say, stay out of it. You know, one of the things that I was told a long time ago when I was worried about my kids was the relationship they have with other family members, grandmas, grandpas, mothers, daughters, brothers, sisters, dads. None of that is my responsibility. My responsibility is my relationship with them. And that's it. You know, I can't be responsible as a father for what relationship they have with their mother. That's between them and their mother. You know, I can make suggestions, and I can make sure that like telephone numbers are available and all that kind of stuff. But whether they call or not, I can't order them to do something like that. So we, as adults, can only be responsible for the things we do and the things that not affect us, but are direct interactions with us. We cannot force other people to do certain things a certain way, and all that. It just doesn't work out. Mm-hmm. Let's see, where are we at? Oh, we have 3 minutes to the next commercial break, or ad break. Sorry, I keep calling them commercial breaks. Let's see. I got that. Did we get anything over here? I'm going to check a couple things out here. Yeah. I've been looking at, yeah, children games. We already answered that one. There's nothing here. Are we at 2:00 yet? Almost. We got 7 minutes till that. So let's see where the poll is. Okay. 2.5 minutes. I don't think that's enough time for another race. We will do a race after that. But we have 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Commercial break is fine. It's pretty much accurate. Yeah, it's the same thing. My curiosity was just because even when I'm watching on the stream, I can't see what ads are playing, and I'm always curious as to which ads are playing, and whether they take where the algorithm pulls the demographic from for the ads that they put up. You know, that fascinates me. So it'd be interesting and somehow I'll have to figure out what ads are playing and why, and then I could figure out what the algorithm is doing, and then maybe make some adjustments to where we get some better ads by adjusting what we're doing. How do you deal with external existential dread? Sorry. Me personally, I like the video where one guy was saying, "There's nothing to live for," and someone walks and says, "I like pizza." I get it. I mean, sometimes redirecting someone in the worst parts of their lives can be something as simple as, I'm going for pizza. You want to go? And that you can save a life that way sometimes. And because finding out who the other person is, what they're doing, all that kind of stuff. Sorry, I'm coming up on an ad here. Just being aware of what's going on around you is always. Oh, okay. So it's you guys are why they're are responsible for the ads that we're getting. Okay, ha! It's your fault. No, just kidding. But yeah, sometimes just distracting someone that's in a hugely emotional state is probably sometimes all it needs. And ad starts. It says ad starting soon. So in a moment, we're going to go away and you're going to see some ads for the things that an algorithm believes that you should be seeing and that you should want. I would suggest not believing them. I would suggest saying, okay, do I really need that Lamborghini or can I just buy an iron? That's the way I look at it, is what are the simple things I need? What's going to get me through today? And go from there. And ads are, let's see, where's my ad zombie? As soon as it say ads are playing, I'll hit the ad zombie. And I'll take that time to look at what's going on in the different chat rooms and stuff to see if there's anything that I've missed. I hope I didn't confuse anybody with all this stuff. It's like the bottom line is be yourself. Be a good human being, And ads. We're playing ads. Buying more coffee is always good. Always good French ads. Let's see. Yep, that's about right. He looks like a happy zombie. He is. Zombies should always just be happy. I mean, what can you lose? You're eating brains. I mean, yeah. I do like the TV show iZombie. I don't know why, but there's something about it that just like makes me giggle. So if you haven't watched iZombie, you should watch it. But I think it's a really good painting. I really love this painting. Yeah. On the person that is advertising to their region. Yeah, the region one is weird because I know that probably depending on where I'm at and streaming from, that those ads would probably change language and things like that and change different responsibilities. Oh. I think it's based on region codes, actually. No ad for stream, but I'm getting ad banners. Okay. Oh, we're coming out of it here soon. Let's go back to me. Where's me? Just me. I need the just me screen. And we are back from the break. Yeah, we're talking about the ads, where they are. I think that they're based on region code. So like if I use a VPN to change the code of where I'm at, then more than likely the ads that you will get are probably from that region that it thinks I'm at. Or if I go to the UK and stream from the UK, it might be all UK type ads. Or if I go to Finland and they're all in Finnish, When I was in Portugal, I was getting, you'll get that and French. Always try to get brains. I don't know why zombies always try to get brains. I'm sure there's some kind of logic behind it. One of the things they did in iZombie that I liked is she would eat the brains of the people and then get their memories from those people. So maybe that's it. Maybe it's they can't remember what life is anymore, so they eat the brain so that they can relive other people's lives, so that they can feel like they're alive. Yeah, that's right. I've circled that back around. The conversation reminds me of growing up. If I fucked up, my stepdad would take me outside and say, "Go find a stick," which was as thick as my thumb. Okay, just the weird feeling of acquiring your own tool. Well, in our household, you never got the chance. You were probably knocked out before you even got to the door to find the stick. So it was not. We were not that lucky. You pretty much got hit with anything that he ever that he had around him, including his fist. I remember one time waking up on the back porch at like 5 or 6 in the morning when the sun was coming up, and feeling the dry blood on my back and not knowing what happened, and then going into the house and remembering that I had moved the remote from the side table to the coffee table, and that he just lost his shit and beat the shit out of me and threw me outside, just for that. I'm like, okay, cool, yay. So there's a lot of those kind of memories that they're still with me, but they don't make me lose my shit anymore. And that's pretty much the only thing that's really good about it, I guess, if you can find it good in it. And realizing that he was an Irish Catholic alcoholic that just was a dumbass, I have no other way to put it. You got an ad for Depends yesterday. Yeah, well, depends. Watching the ferrets. Oh, do you have to put diapers on ferrets when they're sick? I know Dalmatians, they do. When female Dalmatians are on their period, you have to put diapers on them. But I don't know about ferrets. Ferrets are all Shay and Thor's things. So more power to them. They're doing fantastic work over there. When I went to visit them, they had all the ferrets in the original cages and stuff, and I went down and hung out with them for a little while and checked them all out. They're really, really cool. I do miss having pets because I can't have pets here, and I travel enough to where it's not conducive to have a pet right now. My last cat, Bean, my Lynx pointer, he died on my birthday last year, and that one was tough because he was the last one of my cats. And I had 4 cats throughout the years. One was Jack, which was the big orange tabby, and I loved him to death. He was my first cat. I actually went and got shots so I could keep him because I was drastically allergic to him when I first got him. But there's something about just having a little furry beastie wandering around the house and coming up to you and saying, "Hey, what are you doing? Hey." And I still have to make the fake tail that goes across the screen so that it looks like there's something here. I have to add that. That would be fun. We talked about that a couple days ago. Okay, let's see. Back to racing. We got to do a race. It is. It is what it is. I can't change it. And wouldn't if I could. In all honesty, someone asked me that the other day, is if you could, would you go back and change it? And I said, no, I wouldn't. And here's why. I could not be the person I am today if I did not have those experiences throughout. Every experience I've ever had. You take even one of them out and my whole world diverges into something else or into another existence. I become a different person, et cetera, et cetera. So no, I wouldn't change any of it. I wouldn't take it away. I wouldn't take even a single experience that I've had away because it would not be good. I'm tired of living with my entire life with cats and being allergic to them, only them to pieces and loving them to pieces. Yeah, I loved them to pieces, but I went and got the shots, because I had a lot of problems with, literally could not breathe with him around. And I'm like, no, I'm keeping him, so I was really lucky. Blizzard had really good medical insurance. And I went and got shots first every 3 days. And after 8 years, the shots were every 6 weeks or something like that. They're allergy shots where you can go into an allergist and they lay you on a table and they put a bunch of stuff on your back and they see what swells up, and they determine everything that you're allergic to. I was allergic to dust, to cat dander, and to every green plant within 100 miles of me anywhere on this planet. So for 8 years, I'd go in and I'd just walk in. They give you the shot. You walk out. You hang out for 10 minutes to make sure you don't have like a allergic reaction to the shot. But you hang out, then you go to work. So I got these shots, and I can be around cats now with no problem. I can do all those kind of things. But I don't know if they have one for hops because it's a problem. It's a bigger problem. It did not help. And I'm lucky in that I don't like beer anyway. So that's good. Thor has the same thing where he's, the hops in beer, like, makes this break out. So, and my life, you've just changed my life. I don't know I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah. Just talk to your doctor and say, can I be referred to an allergist so that I can find out what I'm allergic to and what can be done about it? There's an episode of Picard could see how his life would have changed to the worst. TV overreacts it, but yeah. Think about this. Pick a point in time in your lifetime and go back and tell yourself something, doesn't matter what, something that you think will change your life. Then think about how it would change your life. What direction would you have gone? And think about all the good you've done from that point till now in this reality. And how much of that good would just simply disappear? And what would happen to the people involved in that good that you did? Yes, there's bad things in there. There was horrible things that happened to you, but there's also moments when you've helped someone or helped an old lady across the street. Doesn't matter. There's all of those disappear too. So both the good and the bad disappear. And your personality would alter because you're not the same person anymore. You have information you didn't have before. You will make decisions based on an amalgamation of all that new information. So you would not even think the same anymore. So your whole life would change. Where you are would change, all that kind of stuff. And invest in Bitcoin. Yeah, that's funny. Money isn't everything, people. I mean, it helps, but it's not everything. If you're not happy with you and your mind, it doesn't matter how much money you have. It really doesn't. I've seen some very, very rich people be very horrible people. I've also helped friends throughout the years financially, just to have them be right back where they were when I helped them. Within weeks of helping them. You can also look at that with lottery winners. Yes, there's a lot of lottery winners out there who got the money and spent it all up and ended up right back where they were before they got the lottery win, in a very short period of time. And that's because they're not right with themselves or happy with themselves. And they're still repeating the bad patterns that they've accumulated throughout their existence, shall we say. And don't think I'm the know all be all. All I can do is say, look, what worked for me was this. I live by the motto, you can change your world by changing your mind. And then I go on from there. Take another drink here, sorry. Until my voice gets used to talking, I'm going to be taking a lot of sips here and there. Fact right now. Okay, people aren't always honest. No, they aren't. And that's too bad because the only person that you should be 100% honest with all the time is you. Oh, my mug? Yeah. This is my 6-foot mug. When I worked at 6 Foot, we took the team in Houston. We took the team to the Mad Potter. And this was the mug that I created. It actually says 6 Foot on the bottom. And this one's called Lucy's Folly. Because it's part of I had this idea for a decapitation series of mugs. And this is Charlie Brown, after Lucy after Lucy decapitated him. So he even says on the bottom, Lucy's Folly and 6 foot. So I had the idea that like we could make like an Eddard Stark one, you know, we could make like a Frozen one with icicles on it, you know, just like a whole decapitation series of all kinds of different things. It was a lot of fun. Now, well, I suggest you go to the Mad Potter. I don't know if they're everywhere in the U.S., but I know that they have one in Houston. I'm sure they do. They have them everywhere. They have all kinds of things you can paint, and then they'll throw them in the kiln for you and get shiny. I'm getting my vitamin D on my nose. Yeah, look at that. So the sun is up. Yeah. Yeah, this one I made myself. I painted it myself. You know, it even has my initials on the side here. Right here. 1917 or 2017 is when we did these. Yeah. But I've been using that mug forever. I have that one. Then I have a mug that, not a mug, but a coffee thing that the guys in Cambridge gave me. Because I got real heavily into spreadsheets at Jagex. So they got me this thing. This looks like a good place for a spreadsheet. You know, so that was funny. So I used that one when I was there and kept this one at home. So you're a Magnet like Mugnate? Nah, more of a Mugnut. Yeah, okay. American mugs, yeah, the size of plates, cups, all that kind of stuff in the UK, they are quite tiny. I did get used to it, you know, but I did have this mug with me there too. So it was, I brought a piece of America with me. It was fun and very, very helpful for me. Yeah. Okay, that is a Yar fear. Okay. What are you fearing? What's the fearing? And then what's this one? Yar Sadage. I'm sorry you're sad. There are places you can go. They help you make your own. Yeah, this is one of those places. So I think if you look up the Mad Potter, I'm not sure if they're everywhere in the U.S., but I know that like I said, I know there was one in Houston. Pottery and painting near Houston. So it looks like is it only in Houston? The Mad Potter in Lexington. Oh, they have a Facebook. They have a Facebook account. Just look up Mad Potter Creative Pottery Studio, and it looks like they have a Facebook account. I'm trying to see if they have a. That's the Mad Splatter. I don't know what that is, but the Mad Potter. Oh, let's see if this is their main thing. Yeah, I thought it was fun. We took the whole team over, and they got us a big table, and we all sat and painted our doohickeys. You know, I did a cup because I wanted something to remember the whole team by, and just just doing it together was just a lot of fun. Let's see if I can find just a standard. What is this one? Mad Potter, Lebanon location, Manson. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like I can't tell. There's no central website for them. I don't think. That's the Mad Splatter. I don't know what that is. I'm not going to get into any weird stuff here. Okay, let's see this. Mad Potter near me. Is there one? Oh, there is one by here. Interesting. Oh, and they do have their regular website. Let's see if we can get that. Okay. This looks like their regular website. Let's get that up here. No, I don't. The TV I watch is basically the stuff that I showed you guys the other day, where most of my TV is on my Plex system. Because I've collected so many movies, TV shows, and stuff like that, I kind of run my own personal TV channel just for me. You know, I have a, here, let me turn this to Let me change this so that I don't get in trouble. So I have a Plex system that I save my movies and television programs on and stuff like that. And I use Python to create playlists for me for Monday through Saturday, from the TV shows. And then I watch movies whenever I want to watch movies, so I don't think I've watched live TV in 8 years, something like that, somewhere around there. Cause I just like what I watch, And for those of you that didn't see it, is my playlists are like all TV shows from the 60s are on Monday, all TV shows from the 70s are on Tuesday, TV shows from the 80s on Wednesday, et cetera, et cetera. And my Plex system, my program that I wrote in Python goes in and searches for all the TV shows that haven't been watched yet, finds the next episode, and then creates a playlist based on those episodes. And it doesn't I don't like binging shows where you're watching the same show for like 10 hours. I just don't like that because I get tired of shows. And I don't like watching the same TV show more than once a week. So this breaks up very, very nicely for me. Yeah. So that I can watch literally like whatever TV I need to watch and then have things to do. But yeah, so I thought link should take you to the Mad Potter. Do you have a manual script, a Python script? Watch. No, it actually, I learned enough of the API for Plex that it only puts shows up that haven't been watched yet. So when you're watching something on Plex, it will mark whether it's been watched or not. And the code that I got from the API for Plex lets my code identify shows that haven't been watched and then just grabs the next episode in line. So, so my script literally goes into the Plex API, searches through everything, builds the data points for the shows that are available, then goes in and creates the playlists for me inside the Plex system. So like this morning, while I was on the treadmill, I was watching Man from U.N.C.L.E. back from the 60s. That's used to be one of my favorite shows way back when. Because spy stuff always was funny, and that was also humor. So completely opposite. I hate and have to wait. Yeah, a lot of people are like that. A lot of friends of mine are like that, and I will watch one episode of something with them, and then okay, I'm going to go to the kitchen and do something, or I'll go do something else. I'm just not a binger. It's like if it's just not the way I am. But yeah, that looks like the Mad Potter stuff. That looks like their main website, and you just basically go in, and they do it for kids too. But you can go in and everybody can pick something that they want to paint, and then you paint it up and give it to them, and they call you like the next day or the day after they've run it through the kiln, and you end up with one of these. Yay. But they got all kinds of stuff. They got unicorns and they got all kinds of kid stuff too. It's something that I would definitely would have taken my kids to, had they had it when my kids were little. Yeah, you get show burnout. It's just like, okay, why do I still care about these characters? And I don't want that. I want to be able to go back and watch. And there's also just TV shows that have completely disappeared throughout the years. And I like some of them. Like I would say The Night Stalker is one of them, which is Kolchak, The Night Stalker, which was only played in, it would have to be the 70s. And it was only played at midnight on Friday nights or something like that. But I thought it was awesome. Banachek was another one we talked about the other day. It's like there's a lot of TV shows and stuff like that people today just don't know about. Some of those shows came out before they were even born, so. And since they don't play anymore, yeah. Bleach is a hard marathon. That's another one that I've watched in the past. I'm really good with, like I said, watch an episode, go away for a little while, watch an episode again. Because in the old days, you had to wait. There was no way to see a show except for the night that it was on. If you missed it, you missed it. If you got lucky somewhere along the line, they would run it as a rerun, but that was never always guaranteed. There was no way to just go to the internet and pull it up. None of that existed. So I think it's just my early programming was you watch a show once a week and you're fine. Mm-hmm. A movie I always recommended is called Revolver with Jason Statham. Because every time you watch it, it changes the movie for you. Interesting. A new Interview with Vampire series is amazing. I have not seen that. It was funny because when they announced Interview with the Vampire, the movie itself, with Tom Cruise, I'm like, why would you put Tom Cruise in it? But he did a good job in it. I thought he did a really good job. So I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan overall, but I thought he did a good job on that. Dude, you mean in Japanese, right? I don't know. What was that? Sub or dub? Do you like the Bond movies? I'm not a fan personally. The Bond movies are okay. I've been watching them since I was a kid, so I've seen pretty much all of them. I think there are better Bonds. Sean Connery would always be a really good Bond. I don't know about some of the others. I'm just like, okay, Daniel Craig. Okay. Yeah. But some of them is just the pattern, the pattern in them is the same a lot. It's just rinse and repeat, do it again, so that kind of throws me off when it comes to the Bond movies. Some of the villains were really good, like Odd Job. I really like that character, with the throwing the hat thing. That always made me laugh. But some of the Bond movies good, some of them not. Some of them are like, meh. Yeah, I agree with you. Some of them are meh. But there was also like, Dean Martin had a spy one called Matt Helm. Those were interesting. And you can see a lot of Matt Helm in other movies. Like, I think The Incredibles took a lot from Matt Helm, the cartoon. But there was a lot of way back. GoldenEye, the game on Super Nintendo, was really good. That I will say, because when that came out, that was really a lot of fun. Golden Gun was all right. Tomorrow Never Dies, all right. But they were Bond, Yeah, I guess you could say now Bond is just wristwatch and car advertisements, but what is my favorite comedy film? It would be movies you guys never heard of. Like one of them is Cat Ballou, which is an old Jane Fonda movie where she plays a criminal and all that. But there's a lot of comedies out there. Another one from way back would be How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. That one's good, but it's also a musical. But the range of movies that I watched are throughout the years. Jim Carrey stuff, I like some of it. Some of it I'm like, okay, I can take it or leave it. I was talking the other day about the fact that before Jim Carrey was Jim Carrey, he was in Earth Girls Are Easy and didn't have any speaking lines. He was also in a Clint Eastwood movie way back when. This was all before or even during. It was before Living Color, which was a really good comedy series. The original movie Coming to America, I really liked. The sequel that they did years later, it just didn't have the same charm that the original had. Man on the Moon was intense with Jim Carrey, which was the if you go back and watch Taxi and stuff like that, was Latka's story. Um, my brother really get him to start. Yeah. Did you like Dumb and Dumber? I liked the first one. The second one was okay. You know, I expect more from movies because a lot of what happens is people become famous for one thing, and then studios try to burn that to death. I like movies that are off from that. If you look at the stuff that Robin Williams did, is yes, he did comedies, but he also did serious stuff too. So if you look at a movie like The World According to Garp, you could see Robin Williams actually was an amazing actor, or when he played villains or psychopaths or something like that. Really, really good. I think that Jim Carrey in Truman Show was really good, but that's not a movie for everybody, I would say. But those kind of things, those kind of different Internal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, that's another one. He did a really good job in that, Tom Green is another one that, okay, I can take or leave, that's just like, okay, we're watching Tom Green right now. Okay, he's done. All right. Step Brothers, I think I have that. I don't think I've watched it all the way through. I think I got distracted by something. Recently watched Good Will Hunting again. Yeah, Good Will Hunting is another one. Robin Williams did a really, really good job in. It's you have to give it to him. It's sad the way it ended for him, and but even Phil Hartman was another one who I would have loved to seen what he would be doing today, but obviously things did horrible for him. Oh shit. Ads are starting soon, guys. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Trading Places is a good movie. For $1. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Did Blizzard cover your lunch? There were times they did, there's times they didn't. Yeah. But you'd put money on your card. Another minute, then we'll answer those questions. Then I think we're pretty close to done for the day. Sorry guys, I hope I was entertaining today. I get on here, I seem to just babble. I don't mean to freak in the sheets, cute. Like that. Someone put a cup up in the chat that says freak in the sheets, which meaning Google Sheets or any other spreadsheets. That was a really good one. And probably something you can get in trouble with HR if you're at a company. He called me a freak in the sheets. Sorry, I'm in spreadsheets, honest. I'm innocent. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Did Blizzard cover your lunch? With what? No. 15 seconds, and then we're coming back. Boop a doop doop 2 1, and we're back. Welcome back. To cover some of the questions that were asked before, did Blizzard cover your lunch? Sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't. In the early days when we were Silicon and Synapse, we had, which was, and I talked about this last week or the week before, is we had what was called the lunch club. And there were 5 of us in the club, and every day of the week, one of us would make lunch for everybody in that club, all 5 of us. And that was a lot of fun because you get introduced to sometimes some weird food. And I've talked about the fact that I think it was Pat Wyatt brought, it was a pita pocket with peanut butter and cheese and tuna. And I looked at this sandwich. I go, dude, what is this? He goes, I know it looks terrible. I know it sounds terrible, but eat it. You'll like it. And it was actually really, really good. But so we used to do that. And then as Blizzard got bigger, obviously we had candy machines in the hallway. We had soda machines. The soda machines were usually free. The candy machines you'd have to pay for, which is whatever. And then when we got on campus, we had a kitchen staff, and they would cook whatever you want. And you'd put on your name badge, you would put money on your name badge, and then use that to pay for stuff in the commissary and things like that. So there was always times like if you went out to lunch or if we did a slash lunch, then the company would pay for it and things like that. And there was always snacks around. There was always something around, you know. But most game companies are like that. One of the things that Jagex was really good at in Cambridge was they kept fruit on site all the time. So every single floor, every single kitchen had fruit and different things, that different more healthy items that you could eat while you were there, and you just grab it and eat it. Did you notice a reference to? Yes, and Trading Places is an excellent movie, by the way. I really, really like Trading Places. And my favorite thing is they ruined our lives for $1. Yes. Yeah. Oh, you love when I just chat. Okay, well, okay, I won't take that. What are your best cartoons? Mine is Aladdin, because the legendary. Yeah, my favorite cartoon, and someone put a picture from it up somewhere, I saw it, is Sword in the Stone, Disney's Sword in the Stone from way back in the beginning of time. Also 101 Dalmatians, which came out the same year I was born. I was raised with those kind of cartoons and stuff like that, and those were always my favorite. We also were very lucky for the time I grew up with, because Saturday morning was like cartoon heaven when we were young, is because you had Channel 2, Channel 4, Channel 7 running cartoons and kid shows all morning till noon, from like 6 a.m. till noon every single day. And then we had Schoolhouse Rock, and we had all those things, and Magilla Gorilla, and just everything. And everything from Sid and Marty Krofft, which will just, I always believe that Sid and Marty Krofft sat around and did drugs and then thought up shows, because HR Puffenstuff, Lidsville, if you go and you look for the introduction for Lidsville, it's literally, it stars the kid that played Eddie Munster. But he falls through this magic hat, and inside is a land of hats. And it will mess your head up. So go look for the L-I-D, Lidsville intro, or anything by Sid and Marty Krofft, and you'll just go, oh my God, what the hell were these guys smoking? Because it was great stuff. But yeah, let's see. Raid Pirate Offer to raid Thor. End of stream. I don't know how to do that. So I'm not going to do something that I don't know exactly what it does yet. I will learn what rating does. And I know that he has said that if I went on at 3 o'clock instead of noon, or if I went at noon his time instead of 9 o'clock his time, then that's usually the time that he's getting off his 12-hour ramble. And he would raid mine. And I'm like, I don't know how that works. So he and I talked about it, and we'll probably make an adjustment later as I get used to this. And that's the whole point of me going on at this hour, is so that I can get used to it and not take anything away from anybody else. Let's see, what is this? Okay, blah, blah, blah. Where are we at? Okay, yeah, we got to start wrapping it up here. Is there a cinematic idea that you had worked on, didn't end up getting? Oh, there were lots of them, but you wish. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that we were doing for Warcraft Adventures that's the biggest one that I wish we would have been able to do. Yeah, 101 Dalmatians, the original one, 1961 version, not the one with Glenn Close, not the live action one. Even though if you do watch the live action one with Glenn Close, the one of her henchmen is actually House from House. So that always cracks me up, because he's actually using his real British accent. Because if you didn't know, Peter Lorre, or not Peter Lorre, but Mr. Lorre is, he's British. In fact, he used to be a part of a comedy team in Britain of Stephen Fry and him. So that's where they came from. Is send your viewers to the channel. Oh, okay. I don't think he would notice. Where is the... Yeah, I'll look into that, and we'll probably start doing that tomorrow then. Yeah, Hugh and Laurie. Yeah, Hugh Laurie is his actual name. Was in Blackadder as well. Yes, in fact, I have Blackadder on my Plex system. Fry and Laurie. Yeah, funny. Their stuff that you can probably still find it on YouTube, but some of their stuff is just absolutely hilarious. Yeah, he is also on Blackadder. Yes, but all of them used to work together all the time. You know. Thor has an alert for incoming raids. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Okay, well, let's start. Yeah, we're 5 minutes over. Let's see what's on here real quick. I think we asked. Yeah, there's just sometimes some cinematics, some storylines and stuff like that just get changed, and the things that you were working on are no longer viable in the game that you're working on because things have changed, and you just go, okay, what's next? Because one of the things that I always got accused of was people would come up to me and say, okay, wow, that trailer you guys did was great. That cinematic you did was great. And I would have to ask them which one they were talking about, because we were already 2, 3, 4 projects away from whichever one they may have been just seen, because of the decision as to when stuff goes out and gets put in front of the public. And oh, thank you. I did forget to wrap up the poll. Let's see where we're at. Let me go over here and look at the poll. It looks like we are, Yearlings is 48 votes at 54%. Second place is Vikings of Odin. And then Gnomes with 16 votes or 18%. Gnomes got 11 votes or 12%. Joyriders got 6 votes and 7%. And JUVs got 8 votes and 9%. So we are now going to close. We're going to close the vote. Let's see. How do I close the vote? There is a way. I think I have to be logged on a different way to close it. Oh, maybe it's over here. So we are now the Yearlings. So that's who we are. Well, Yearlings, welcome. Welcome to existence. Do I like Tenacious D? Yes, we had a lot of fun working with them at BlizzCon. And it's the reason why the Foo Fighters ended up coming to BlizzCon the next year, because Dave Grohl was the drummer for Tenacious D. And he came off stage going, can I bring my band next year? And it was before they announced that the Foo Fighters had gotten back together. And it was really great. Oh my God, it was so great. You know, so he came next year with the Foo Fighters, and we had a great time. And there's stuff written about it in Play Fair. I'm trying to see, it won't let me stop the voting. Go back to the vote. But even if voting went on for the rest of the 4 hours that are left, I don't think Yearlings are going to get beat. So I'm trying to figure out here where the stop voting, create, thumbnails, blah, blah, blah. Over here, add reactions, view, apply, create thread, copy, pin, apps, mark, unread. End poll now. Done. The poll has ended. You are now officially Yearlings. Welcome, Yearlings. We shall have a presentation for the name probably tomorrow, it looks like, because I have a thing I'm putting together and it's part of that thing. I just didn't get it done today. But you can do polls here on Twitch. Oh, okay. I did not know that. I'll think about that in the future. It was on Discord. Yes, it was on Discord. We put the link up a couple times. Need some horse emojis. Oh yeah. Well, horses. Any animal under, I think it's 2 years of age or something like that, can be considered a yearling. So we can do all kinds of things like that. Hi and welcome to Twitch, he said as I'm saying goodbye for the day. Funny. What's over here? Real quick. I see what you guys are doing there. Horse. What up, yearlings? Cute. Welcome to Twitch. Well, thank you for welcoming to Twitch. Yada yada yada. Yada yada vada. Vod. Yada 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 vod. There, I think I said it right. I'm not saying I'm going to pronounce everybody's name perfectly right every single time, but Yoblins would have been funnier. Well, we had a vote. We voted on the top 16 over a week, and then we took the top 5 and put them up for 3 days. So if there's other ones you guys would rather do, we're going to be yearlings for now, without a doubt, and that's what we're going to do. What we can do is in 3 months we will revisit it and see if it's working. If it's working, it's working. If it's not, it's not. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going to gnome Thor at some point. I've been trying to work on the plan of how to do it, and I think I have a way to do it that I can sneak it in at some point where he is not ready for it. But we will see. I can be quite devious when I need to be, and he knows that. You know, I've already been collecting things to use in the future. Don't tell. I'm assuming you're saying don't tell chat. I can tell chat, and you guys can tell Thor. But it doesn't matter because he's never going to know when it's coming. Yeah, go snitch. You can go snitch. It's okay. It's not snitching. I think it's always better if he has fair warning, because it makes it even sweeter when I do it and he gets all caught up in it. Ha ha. There's no such thing as snitches, and they don't get stitches. Only when it's funny. I'm very Roger Rabbit about stuff. Only when it's funny. Yearlings don't snitch. Yearlings don't snitch. Okay. There's something to be said for a good back and forth between comrades. I might even tell them, just go, so, gnomes up, huh? Forgot my birthday. Forgot how old I was while you're on while you're at the UCLA football game. Yeah, I see how it is. How you came up with your handle. It's an anagram of my name, Joey Ray. It's all the same letters as Joey Ray. Very simple. If you're in the UK, I watched a lot of 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, which is basically math and anagrams. So I wondered if my name could make up an anagram, and my name makes up the anagram Your Joy, my first name. All the same letters, just conglomerated up. Thank him for making you get older. He didn't make me get older. The only thing that made me get older was that constant breathing in and out. If I wasn't doing the constant breathing in and out, I wouldn't get older. Yeah. Yeah, they have Sean Locke was amazing. I love Sean Locke. The Carrot in the Box with Sean Locke and John Richardson. Absolutely hilarious. Oh my God, so funny. But Sean Locke was brilliant, and there's some of the things that he did on that show was just comedy gold. I actually collect TV shows, and one of them that I collect is 8 out of 10 Cats, and all the Sean Locke ones always just send me into hysterics. But seeing all of those comedians, because we talked about this a couple of days ago, is they have 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown. They have 8 out of 10 Cats does, or they have Countdown, 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown. They have the Big Fat Quiz Show. These are all the comedians are on it. The Big Fat Quiz Show of the year, Big Fat Quiz Show of the decade. All those. There's some of them are just so funny, and Sean was unfortunately he died a couple of years ago. He was probably one of the funniest guys out there, and from a UK standpoint, he was one of my favorite comedians out there. I would be, if you scroll down a bit, I would have worked it out from above section. What am I? Oh, okay. Like if I scroll down a bit. You'd have worked out my name, I guess, is what he's talking about. Until you post. Richard Ottawati. Richard Ottawati with Noel Fielding on any of these shows as a partner team, you will lose your mind. Also, what is his name? Yeah, some of them are just absolutely brilliant stuff. But Richard is one of the main guys from the IT crowd. He is really, really good stuff. Okay, guys, I'm gonna head out. I will see you guys tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat station. Thank you guys for hanging with me today. I really appreciate it. Let's see how long until we're together again. Let me pull this up and set the time and start it. We are 21 hours. I will see you in 21 hours, 14 minutes, and 10 seconds. Thank you guys for hanging with me today, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.